Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome after way too long back to Fractured Space. I haven't put out a video like this in a while, partially due to laziness, partially due to the fact that my recording software was bugging out. Shadowplay is great when it works, but when it doesn't, it's a pain. But after talking to some nice customer service people, everything is fixed. And with that, let's get right to it. This game was played on December 3rd, same day that the new MMR system went up for testing. At time of recording, I don't have a whole lot of games played with the new MMR system, as it is, well, December 3rd right now. But so far, everything seems to be working just fine. Queues take a little bit longer, but for those of us that seem to be 8K plus MMR, that's just what we're going to have to deal with until there's a lot more people. Now, I've been looking forward to making this particular video for quite a while because I get to have a good time in The Ghost. Now, you longer time players are going to remember the days when The Ghost was just completely and ridiculously overpowered. You could 1v1 any ship just fine, no sweat. Thankfully, those days are gone, and now we have a relatively balanced ship that actually has a good role in the game. As a ghost, it is your job to be an absolute rat bastard and make the enemy team scared to do anything for fear that you're going to pop out and smash them for it. This will cause the enemy team to make mistakes, and capitalizing on those mistakes is what you need to be doing as the ghost. However, you do need to be careful as you are rather frail. You can't sit there and tank a whole lot of damage. You will get eaten alive. There's also some specific interactions that you need to be aware of as a ghost player. First off is harpoons, be they from the brawler or from the displacer. If you get marked by harpoon, you cannot cloak. As you can see here, I thought I would be cute, cloak, avoid the harpoon, and everything would be great. But even though he wasn't doing a whole lot of damage to me, that brawler was still hitting me, which was disrupting my cloak. This allowed the harpoon to hit me, this makes it so I can't cloak. And while I'm kind of lucky that this brawler didn't decide to pull me in, our allied brawler decided to pull him in, giving it the same effect. Now we can see another big weakness of the Ghost, and that is the turret placement. You'll notice as I'm shooting at this brawler, I'm changing planes, so he's going from below my ship to above my ship. This was a big mistake. The turret placements for the Ghost are not mirrored. The turrets on the belly of the ship are placed as far down as they can go, while the turrets on the top of the ship are placed on the little wings that stick out from the sides. Coupled with the already slow projectile speed of the rockets, this has caused me endless amounts of frustration trying to hit shots with the Ghost. So when you are playing the Ghost, try your damnedest to make sure that you don't change between your top and bottom planes. This will change where your turrets are actually shooting from, and it can completely mess up your aim. Barring that initial round of combat right there, the rest of this game goes pretty darn well. First things first, that enemy brawler is still around, let's take care of him. Since he's focused on our allied brawler, all we need to do is get close enough and then jump on top of him. Then a simple ambush rocket volley combo will finish the job. It is at this point that I would like to mention the importance of actually hitting your target in order to do damage. Personally, I found hitting with the turrets on the bottom of the Ghost quite a bit more difficult than hitting with the ones on the top. That's probably just me though. Now that the enemy brawler is down, we need to go and get all of the objectives we can. So, all of those mining bases that we can get our hands on, time to go for those. Always, when you're in a match with snipers, in this particular round there's two, make sure you cloak as much as you possibly can to keep yourself alive, because snipers will eat you. Right here, our allied brawler decides to go back, and that is okay. Needs to repair, needs to upgrade, that's good. The enemy brawler's here, but he hasn't seen us, so we can either choose to fight him, we're low on health and lower level, or we can go for an objective. Going for the objective is clearly the better decision here. Since that enemy brawler does not know that we are here, he's just going to scoot on forward, all the while we can keep an eye on him for our allies. We will also be able to take this mining base almost completely uncontested. Now this may feel bad as a Ghost because you're giving up your cloak, that's your greatest defense, but you're going to be taking an objective for your team. You will also be regenerating your energy at this time. That's going to let you cloak, that's going to let you put a decoy out, that's going to let you jump to target, that's going to let you ambush, everything you need to do. Energy management is absolutely key with the Ghost. You need to keep an eye on that bar because it is very easy to pull up to an enemy ship while cloaked, hit ambush, and have nothing happen because you don't have enough energy. Whenever you finish capping and you move out as a Ghost, make sure you have checked the map to see if there's anything you need to worry about. In this case, there's nobody else in the sector, so we're lucky we can move about freely. We don't even need to worry about that enemy brawler because he decided to point his nose at our allied brawler, which is a really good way to get yourself absolutely destroyed. Whenever you're going into cap, make sure you position yourself in the maximum cover available to you. This will of course protect you from damage, but it is also going to give you a way to escape. Being able to pick its own engagements is one of the Ghost's greatest powers. So since this is about halfway captured, we need to plan our next move, look towards the enemy base, see what's up. That flash means somebody jumped in, we don't know what yet, but somebody. Get into position so we can move out as fast as possible once this cap is finished. Keep watching for that enemy ship. Cloak as soon as the cap completes and move forward. Enemy ship is a brawler. We can fight this one-on-one, but we don't have to. Don't engage a tanky ship like that head on, it's just going to end up poorly for you. In this instance, we have a Colossus buddy nearby. He's going to distract the brawler while we move into position. Since that enemy brawler died so easily before, it's really easy to assume that he won't be a threat. Never assume somebody is not a threat. You can help them screw you over just like we're about to see here. I come in behind this brawler intending to go for his engines, which are relatively weakly armored. But the thing with brawlers is they have this wonderful ability called Concuss that will silence you for several seconds. This will cancel your cloak and stop you from using ambush. Now you may think it's pointless to fire your rockets without ambush. This is incorrect, as even vanilla rockets can do a good bit of work breaking the target's armor. And that will put you in a good position once your ambush actually does come up to do even more damage. But here's where this situation gets dicey. Go in for the rim to try and finish off the brawler. Doesn't work. Colossus takes the kill. Hunter is attacking us, so we cloak to try and get away, but they're already targeted on us. They want to kill us, so we need to jump out of there. We need to get cloaked as soon as possible to keep us safe. We cloak literally an instant before the enemy hunter jumps on top of us, and just barely avoid getting shot thanks to our decoy, but we're running low on energy, so we can't move anymore, but we're so low on health. The best decision in this instance is to sit still and hope nobody uses a detect. Moments like these are the most heart-pounding you are going to have as a ghost. Once we've built up a little bit of energy, we can start moving into a safer position which will allow us to jump home. Constantly keep an eye on your energy because you don't want to get caught out. Also remember that jump home takes longer than your standard jump, so don't use it in combat, only use it when you're pretty sure you're safe. Once we get back to base, we can see that gas is about to come up. Luckily, we have just enough time to heal before we have to go. As a ghost, you want to make sure whenever you jump into a new location to be cloaked whenever you land. That's a little tricky whenever you're trying to heal up and then jump, but you can do it. Now, when gas actually pops, you need to be doing one of two things. You need to either be getting in position so that you can destroy the enemy ships, or you need to be in a position where they can't see you, but you will still count towards the capture. Since we were lucky enough to have some allies get here quickly, we have enough presence in Gamma to capture it before the enemy team gets inside the bubble. Now, you can never bet that you are for sure going to get gas, so you always need to be planning your next move. Our team really isn't in shape to support us going after that brawler, so we're going to go after this watchman instead. Since he's been harpooned by our brawler though, we can ignore him and go after this overseer and have a little bit of fun at his expense. It's relatively common that whenever you do a full ambush volley on somebody, they won't quite be dead. Lucky for you, you have an entire giant spaceship there, just waiting to hit theirs. Adding insult to injury is always fun. Time for the next move. Hit your cloak after your target explodes so it doesn't reveal you and waste your energy. Alpha needs defending, so we're going to go there. As always, you want to land when cloaked. This gives us the opportunity to see that enemy hunter. Since he's not that big of a threat right at the moment, we're going to reveal ourselves so he knows we're here. This will cause him to hopefully get scared a bit. This will also give us a chance to heal and upgrade. While we repair, what is our next move going to be? That hunter is the only enemy ship that we know about. We now have an ally. We should definitely engage. Finish repairs and move out. Make sure to cloak before they can see you. As we proceed out, the enemy hunter blinks away, a very smart move in his position. Being the only enemy ship present, myself and this Reaper both decide to go after him. No need to burn all of our energy chasing after this hunter, so we go ahead and decloak. In fact, there's no reason for us to chase him at all. One ship is enough to take him out. We need to secure objectives. These missiles coming at us from this hunter are just token resistance. There's absolutely no reason for us to react to those in any way other than to turn on our point defense. Once again, give yourself the maximum cover possible whenever you're capturing a mining base. Being here protects us from that watchman and that brawler's harpoon. This is capping fast, so we need to get into the fight. Closest target is that hunter. Blink to him for easy shots, also to avoid all those missiles. Try and shoot the nose of the hunter if you can, because his armor is very weak there. He jumps away, the brawler's chasing us, we need to move. Energy is low, so we need to stop and regen while we pick our next move. That hunter is low and is a tempting target, but this isn't about getting kills, this is about making the enemy make mistakes. Since that hunter is in retreat, we need to go after that brawler to help our Reaper friend. Decloak so we can get some regen going. Blink to target, and then the good old 1-2. But that sound means we're low on energy, so no ambush. Still fire those rockets though, so we can help break the armor. Luckily, our Reaper buddy opened up the side of this brawler, so that gives us a nice, broad target to hit with our full ambush volley. That's one threat down, now we need to figure out our next move. Nobody is in immediate combat range, so we need to proceed down the lane. First, we're going to cruise through this mining base to turn back any capping that was done. The only enemy ships that we can see are a Watchman and a Disruptor, not really big threats right now. Gas is coming up soon, so we need to prepare for that. So what we need to do is kill as many enemy ships as we can to swing the odds in our favor. Luckily, the Watchman missed us right there, and we can proceed behind full cover towards the enemy forward base. The asteroids in Alpha provide beyond excellent cover and will allow you to sneak around the map without actually having to use your cloak. As you can see right here, we went from basically the middle of the map to almost on top of the enemy forward base without having to cloak at all. The Watchman knows we're coming, so he bugged out. The Disruptor is still around, so we might be able to get him, but since he's not holding still at that range, we're not going to be able to hit him. With allied ships around, that hunter is not enough for us to worry about, so we need to capture this forward base. As always, when you're getting into cap, make sure you get yourself the most cover possible. When capturing an enemy forward base, unless you're already in combat, protect yourself from the jump-in point. If somebody jumps in, you have a very small window in which to pick whether to fight or run. However, sometimes your hand is forced. Disruptors have the ability to kill your cloak and slow you, so that means in this instance, we're caught out. If you're caught in this situation, just make the best of it that you can. With any amount of luck, an allied ship will show up to help you out. I played this particular encounter incorrectly. What I should have done after ambush is try and ram this Disruptor. Instead, using blink to target puts us even farther away, and then a standard volley of rockets is not enough to finish him off. This allows the enemy hunter to come in and finish us off. Never commit suicide in a hopeless situation. Do some damage, make them stay out of the fight longer. While we're dead, we have plenty of time to think about our next move. Gas is going to be up right before we spawn, so we need to head there immediately. Now, looking at the map, you might not think we have a chance at getting it, but a little bit of patience and a lot of luck can help you out with the Ghost. Normally, you want to always land when you jump cloaked, but in gamma fight situations, you might need to sit there and hold the cap. Our ally falls right as we get in there, so we cloak up. Now all we can do is pray to RN Jesus that something awesome will happen, and sometimes it does. The brawler didn't notice us arrive, so sure of their gamma capture, he jumps back to his home base, but we are in the right position at the right time. That one move right there took this from a 2v1 to a 1v1 that is very, very winnable. Enemy hunter jumps, we jump to enemy hunter. We want to kill him as fast as possible, so instead of starting with ambush, we open his armor first. So now we get the bonus damage from ambush and from the missing armor. We don't quite do enough damage to kill him, and the hunter jumps away. However, he is still in jump range for us, so we can just turn around and smack him in his new location. Blink to enemy hunter, single volley of rockets, and gas is secured for our team. This, coupled with the base push, ends in victory. Thank you all for joining me. Please like, comment, subscribe, request videos, come to my Twitch stream. All those lovely things, and I will see you next time.